Hello YouTube, welcome to Code Fusion. My name is Harsh Kumar, and in this video we will create this dental website in Figma. So let's start. For this, select the frame icon and click on the desktop option where the dimensions are 1440 is to 1024. Now we will add grid layout. So for this we will click on this plus icon which is adjoining to grid layout and click on this grid icon to change the grid into column, and now change it to column from the drop down box. And now we will divide this frame into 12 columns. Now we add margin to the frame, and now we add the hero image. So for this we have to go to pexels.com and search for the suitable hero image from the website. I have already downloaded the image, so let me copy it to our project, and let me draw a rectangle for the hero section. And now I will mask the image on that rectangle. So to mask the image, we need to put the image above the rectangle layer. Then select the two layers from the layer panel and then click on mask icon at the top. After this, double click on the image and you will able to drag the image as per your requirement. Now select the image and mask layer from the left hand panel and group them together. Now we add dark overlay on the image because we need to write text on the image. So for this, create a rectangle on the image. Fill the rectangle with the black color and then reduce the opacity. Now we create navigation bar. By pressing Alt, we can copy the text. Now select all of this text and click on this down arrow and select horizontal spacing. Now increase the space between the elements. Now let me move the navigation bar and let me create a call button. For this we need to create a rectangle. Let me write text in it. Make the button big as per the text and select the rectangle and the text and select the horizontal align from the top right corner. Now let me change the color of the rectangle to white and round the edges of the rectangle. Now select all the elements of the nav bar and align them with the grid column. Now let me add a logo where the logo size is extra bold 40 pixels. Move the logo to the left of the column Align it with nav bar. Once again, select all the elements of the nav bar and align them. Now let me add the title of the hero section. The font is Montserrat bold and text size is 64 pixels. Let me reduce the text area of the title. Now let me add a description. The font family is Lato and the text size is 23 pixel. Now adjust the width of the description and move it on the left. Now let me copy the call button to the bottom by pressing Alt and drag it down from the nav bar, and then edit the text of the button. Make the button big as per the text. Now the hero section is complete. Now we will create service section. Let me write a heading for this section. Reduce the size of the text area. Click on the center line option from the left property panel. Now click on the center line from the top left of the panel. Now let's create these boxes. So for this we will select rectangle tool from the menu bar and create a rectangle which is 4 column wide because we need 3 columns in a row. So we have 12 columns in total. If we do the math, 12 divided by 3 which is equal to 4. So the width of the rectangle must be 4 columns. Now we need a square, not a rectangle. So copy the value of width and paste it in the height text box. That's it. Now just press Alt and drag the rectangle. This will make a copy, and repeat it like this for another one also. Now select all 3 squares by pressing shift and left click, and then press Alt and drag down the copy of the group. Now select all the squares and look at the left side. There is a vertical margin and horizontal margin option. We will match the horizontal margin to the vertical margin, that is 20 pixel. It will look pretty and even. Now we will change the color of the square to white and add a stroke to it. Let me hide the layout grid for a moment by pressing Shift G, and now just change the color of every square. Now we place icon in these square boxes. I have already downloaded some icons from flaticon.com. By the way, these icons are SVG files, so these are easy to edit in Figma. We need to change the color, that's why we need SVG file. Anyway, let me copy all the icons to my Figma project. Now let me make them smaller to manage them and place this tooth screw icon in the first box. Let me enter the width and the height, and now set the icon in the proper place. Like this, we will set all the icons in their boxes. Now let me select all the icons by pressing Shift plus left click. And then change the color of icons to this cyan color. Now let me write the title for each service. The font of the title is the same, Montserrat, but the font size is 30 and the font weight is bold. Select center line and set the heading. Now let me write a little description for 1 or 2 lines. Let me reduce the text area. Move the text area within the box and center line it. Select the title and description and group them by pressing Ctrl G. Now let's copy the group to other boxes as well by pressing Alt plus left click and drag it to another box. Bring the text in the front. Right now the group is not visible because it goes behind the layers. So to bring back the text, right click on the group and select Bring to Front option. Now just click on the center line from the top corner and repeat this process. And now select all 3 groups and copy them below. Now finally we have completed this section, and now we will create an infographic section. So without wasting any time, let me add a big white rectangle for this section. Now let me extend the height. Now change the color of the rectangle to cyan. It's already looking pretty good. Now let me add photos to our project. Let me align these pics with the margin with the help of guides. If you closely see, there is a background shadow behind the image. Look right under the effect section on the right side of the Figma. There is a plus icon. Click on it. Drop shadow will activate. If you click on the sun icon, the drop shadow panel will expand. You will find the value of shadow there, where you can adjust the position of the shadow and the blur of the shadow. You can try it yourself. You will know how this value manipulate the shadow. Now let me add the title. The font size of the title is 36 pixel bold, where bold is font weight. Now let me reduce the text area and align it properly. Now let me add the subheading, and the font size of the subheading is 16 pixel bold. Now we need to add two line description. The font size is 16 pixel regular, and now let me reduce the text area and align it with the subheading. Now move the tick icon into the frame, which I had already copied from flat icon in the previous video. Now reduce the size of the icon up to 22 pixel. If you click on the pin, it will lock the value of the both side. If you change any value, it will automatically change the other value. Let's say if you change the height, width will automatically change. Now arrange all the elements properly. Let me adjust the heading a little bit. Now change the color of the tick to green. Let it be dark green. Now move the subheading and the description closer and make it symmetrical. Now select all three elements and group them by pressing Ctrl G. And now make two more copies of this group below by pressing Alt and left click. And now we will create the testimonial section. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. First let me add the heading for this section. Center align it by pressing the top right icon. Now enable the column layout by pressing Shift G. Now create a rectangle and make it equal side square and add a stroke to it. Now change the background color to white. Now let me add a circle. For this, click on the drop down menu of the rectangle and select the circle. And now we add a face pic for the user testimonial. I have already downloaded a photo for this. Let me reduce the size of the image and then put the image over the circle like this. Select both the element by clicking shift and left click and press this mask icon. Now further adjust the image in the circle shape by double clicking the left click. Now you can resize it as you want. Now let me add the name. The font size is 16 pixel bold. Now let me add the heading of the review. Now move the heading in the proper place. Now let me add the description. Let me resize the text area. Now just copy the heading and edit it to number 5. Now let me add a star. For this, go to the shape tool, click on the drop down button and select star. Now just drag it over the frame. Now let me copy this star 4 times. Select each star. After this, click on the drop down button from the far right top and select the last option from the drop down menu, distribute horizontal spacing. Now change the space value to 10. Now change the color of the heading and the name to cyan. Now select the whole box and group it by pressing Ctrl+G. And now duplicate the box twice. We have completed this section. And now we will create a team section. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. First let me copy the background from the above. Enable the column grid by pressing Ctrl+G. Let me create a rectangle and make it long like this. And within this rectangle, create another rectangle. Now center align the inner rectangle by clicking on the top right icon. Change the color of the outer rectangle to white. Let me increase the height of the box. Now for this, move the box upward a little bit and stretch down the rectangle. Now further mask the image in a middle rectangle. I already showed you the process in the previous videos. Let me repeat for you once again. It will get fixed in your mind. Copy the image in the project. Reduce the image size almost to the size of middle rectangle. Now select both image and rectangle by pressing Shift plus left click and then click on the mask icon on the top. Now double click on the image and resize the image and position properly. Now add a drop shadow for the box. Look right under the effect section on the right side of the Figma. There is a plus icon. Click on it. Drop shadow will activate. If you click on the sun icon, the drop shadow panel will expand. Shadow should be soft and down. So for this, move the shadow. So change the value of x-axis to -12. Blur should be 11 to soft the shadow. And y-axis should be 13. You can manipulate these numbers according to your needs. I forgot to add the heading for this section, so let me add the heading, which is 36 pixel bold Motherboard. Let me resize it properly and center align it. I have to rearrange the section, so move down the box and increase the background section as well. Now let me add the details of the doctor. So let me add the dummy name of the doctor. Move it to the center. Now add some details and place it in the center. Now select this box, group it by Ctrl+G and copy the box 2 times. Now finally we have completed this section, and now we will create a contact form section, and we also learn how to create this fade effect in the Figma. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. First create a rectangle for the form. Change its color to white and enable the stroke. Let me add a heading for this form. The font size is 20 pixel and font weight is bold. Let me place the heading in the center of the box. Now let me add the text box for the form. So for this, we need to add rectangles. Duplicate this rectangle twice. And now change the fill color of the rectangles to light cyan. Now let me add the placeholder text in the text boxes to label the text box. The font size is the same 20 pixel, but the font weight is extra light. In the first text box, write enter your name. Now just copy the text to the second text box and edit the name to email, and do the same to other text box also. Change it to message. Now expand the message box and increase the outer rectangle little bit, because we need to place a submit button. So just create a button quickly. Change the button color to cyan and text color to white. Now center align the text. Our contact form is complete. Now we will create the footer. So for this, let me create a rectangle bar. Change its color to black. Now reduce the size of the frame to the bottom of the footer. Now select the top navigation and copy it to the footer. Let me increase the size of the footer. Center align the text vertically. Move the text to the left side and align it with content margin. And now we add a background image and this fade effect. I already downloaded the photo, so let me copy it from my computer. Right click on the image and select flip horizontal, because we need this subject on the right side. And now reduce the size of the image. Now add a rectangle approximately half of the width of the website. Now mask the image to this rectangle. I think we have done a lot of masking on this website, so I don't think I have to repeat once again. Position the image as per your subject. From now on, we will add the fade effect. So pay attention, because we haven't done it anywhere in this project. Now select the form and group it by pressing Ctrl G. And invisible the group for now by clicking the eye icon. Now add a rectangle on the edge of the photo like this. Now click on the fill and then click on the color. In the extended menu, select the gradient. Select the linear gradient from the drop down. Now select the first color and then change the format to HSB by selecting the drop down icon. Do not change the value to white. And now select the second color, change it also to white. Grab the line bar from the top edge and make it horizontal. With the help of these guides, set it to 180-degree straight line. Don't drag the color selector. Grab it from the line edge and move the line. And now select the second color and reduce the value of the opacity to 0%. Now move the rectangle to right. Adjust the line as per your gradient effect as per your need. Now enable the form by clicking on the eye icon. As now we have completed the dental website. Thank you for watching this video. This playlist is complete right now. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to Code Fusion. And hit the bell icon for the regular update in the future. I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.